So after Geoffreys, you got your own store. What was that process like? What was the transition?
Well, that's a funny story. So June and I, we're business partners for many years now. We can butt heads a lot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times we get along. A lot of times we butt heads. But he is the hardest working person I know,
Mm-hmm.
and his expectations are pretty high of everybody. And I don't think that's unreasonable. But anyway, he was gonna leave and start his own comic shop, and I'm like, oh, good. Once this guy's gone, I can finally relax, And my wife he wanted me to be his business partner, and I was kind of like on the fence because
Mm-hmm.
again we don't always get along, but what an honor, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't know if I was gonna do it or not, and then Carol, my wife at the time, said, "You're an idiot if you don't. Like this is you've hit the ceiling at Geoffreys.
Yeah.
This is an opportunity for you to really do something." And I was like, "All right, June, I'm gonna do it." I said, "But I was writing my comics and stuff at the time too." And I was like, "But will I have time to write comics?" He's like, "Oh yeah, you'll have time to write your comics at the store and stuff." Like, at first I kind of did, but anyway, so that would be 2004,
Mm-hmm.
I think early June or July 2004, and we started the Comic Bug. The Comic Bug being named after the Volkswagen Bug that June let me borrow after my Ford Probe blew up on the way to Comic-Con.
Oh wow.
So yeah, my car blew up on right down there by the nuclear plant,
Mm-hmm.
and so June let me borrow his car until I got a new car, which wound up being like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
And I wanted to call the store the Atomic Basement, named after my company. And we threw a bunch of names around, and I just as a joke, I was just like, "How about the Comic Bug, like the car?" And she was like, "That's a great idea." I'm like,
what have I done?
Yeah. But it stuck. People know our name now. It's cool. So yeah.
I mean, you've been doing it so well and for
so
such
long.
Yeah.
I'm a veteran.
You're a veteran.
Am I?
and then you've grown past that. You guys started the store in Manhattan Beach. That was the original location.
Yeah. It was not where it is now.
Mm-hmm.
It was around the corner.
Yeah.
Do you hear about this story?
Uh-uh.
Oh yes, that one burned down.
Oh, I have heard this story.
Yeah, our neighbor Nick at the dry cleaner, he loved yelling at people who would park in our parking lot and not come to one of our businesses. So I mean, he wouldn't be like, "Hey, excuse me, you can't park here," and I won't use the bad language.
Yeah.
But he would be, "Hey, a-hole, what the H do you think you're doing?" And he's like, insult their mothers. And so I remember June and Carol and I were going to see Casino Royale, the movie Casino Royale. It was like the Wednesday, it was Tuesday night, right before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
And June told me a story that Nick got into some argument with somebody, and it got really heated. And I was like, man, somebody's going to shoot that guy one day. Like, it's because I've seen him. And he would always come in and brag after he'd have a confrontation, too. So the next morning, it's a Wednesday morning. I'm on my way to work, and June calls, and he's like, hey, where are you? I was like, I'm on my way to work. He's like, hurry up. The store's on fire. So I get there, and Nick's store was just devastated. Like, it obviously started right at his spot. But unfortunately, we shared a wall with him.
Mm-hmm.
And, yeah, there were firefighters running around. I can get you a photo of me sitting in the parking lot selling comics while firefighters are, putting the blaze out. So that was the Wednesday before Thanksgiving. So that was a fun Thanksgiving. We had our shipment down at the Diamond Warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
So June and I are just kind of like, what are we gonna do? And I told him, I was like, well, we have a whole bunch of new inventory waiting for us. Go down and get it, and we'll just sell it here in the parking lot. And we made $2,000 that day selling comics. So
that's
and
crazy.
The community, like our customers, are some of the best. And,
And
we had a fire sale literally, and people came out and supported, and people helped us clean. We actually stayed in that store for another 6 months, I think.
Wow.
Then we had another little spot that we rented temporarily. And then we found where we are now. So, yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And then just a testament to your business, you've not only have one store, but now you have 2 locations for the Comic Bug.
Yeah, and the Game Hub, too. I mean, I count kind of as 3 stores. But, we opened the Culver City shop in 2014 as kind of a part of our
it's been a long
10th
time.
anniversary. Yeah. Yeah. Well, 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just feels like it was yesterday
it
for
does.
me.
I know, it's aged me.
But it's so cool, and you guys have taken over that store and really kind of brought new life into it.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it a lot before. It was a Comics Inc.
Yeah.
But Steve, the owner, had a very different sort of approach to retail than what June and I do. So
he's very about the ordering and the books, and he's not about the toys, and he's not about this and the extra.
Yeah, he's more of a comic guy, and he wasn't a big. And this isn't not to say anything bad about him, but he didn't like to do events like Free Comic Day or. I think even signing so much. He was like a meat and potatoes,
Yeah,
great guy.
He would not order any copies of an indie book because he's like, no one will buy it. I'm not going to waste my time.
Really?
And
Did you try to get him to order?
Oh yeah, I went in there and I would go in there and I love both Vince and Jason very much. And I would go in there and be like, hey, like I want to do a signing. Like, are you interested?
Yeah.
And I remember them being like, listen, we don't do that here. And I'm like, what do you mean? Every store does that. And they're like, not here.
Not everyone does. I mean, some. Yeah, I do it every week now. But,
but that's great. It brings new people into the store. It's a new event for you to go. Hey, like check out.
My feeling is this: like you are gonna have friends and fans in the area that hopefully have never seen my store before that will be exposed to it. Brandon Easton's one of my favorite because he always brings a ton of people like that come out to see him and. So he has told me stories. I won't name stores, but other stores that just don't see the potential in having him there. And it's like, really, like you bring 40 or 50 people out every time you come. And so again, maybe it's just how awesome our customers are. But if a creator promotes themselves right, has their Instagram all tight and Facebook and all that. There's a huge potential there for new faces.
Of course, absolutely, and that's huge for business. Just getting those new customers walking in the door is awesome.
Yeah, and then sometimes they blow up to be like this huge podcast person. Down to, like Robbie Rodriguez, he co-creator of SpiderGwen.
Yeah.
He would come hang out at the store. He did some signings. We had a book called Maintenance from Oni Press, and then I had him do a few pages on a book that I was putting out for Kids of Whitney High, which was a special ed rock band. And so we became buds. He'd come hang out. We'd go grab a beer together or whatever. And then SpiderGwen. He moved away. He moved to Portland, I think. And then SpiderGwen happened.
Yep.
And he blew up.
Of course.
And everybody wanted a piece of Robbie. And he actually contacted me. And he's like, hey, everybody's bugging me. Like, everyone wants me to do a signing. Everybody wants you once you're big, right?
Yeah.
And he's like, but if you want me for Free Comic Day, I'll come out. I'm like, yeah. So we did that SpiderGwen variant with Sia Ohm.
That's awesome. Yeah, I love Sia.
That was big for us. And yeah, I do too. And so, but it's just really, I mean, not everybody's going to move on to be a big superstar, and that's fine. That's the way it is. But sometimes they do, and it's like the time to. And I'm not saying this is why I do it.
Yeah.
But the time to lock in loyalty of a friend, or artist, or whatever is not after they're rich and famous.
Yeah.
It's
you like them as a person from the beginning.
Exactly.
And,
exactly.
100%.
So, yeah, like we ask Jim Lee to sign all the time now.
And,
because we're late to the game.
Yeah,
so,
that's how it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it's fine.